Hi, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at just a quick general message for Gemini. And at the end of the reading, I'm going to pull an oracle card. If a couple comes out, we'll take them. But it's from the Woodland Wardens deck, which is a really beautiful deck, and I really like it. So let's start with what initially came out from the tarot cards. So we see the Tower card here starts off the reading, and it is followed by the Five of Cups, which is a progression of showing something that happened in your life and has caused a lot of sadness. And it's probably been sadness that has been around for quite some time, which is reflected also in the Nine of Wands here. So it's been a challenge for you. You faced a lot of challenges. And then this one seems to be lingering. It's just compounding upon itself. Then after the Nine of Wands, we have Judgment. I'm going to move all of these things down here to see if I can fit them on the board. And Judgment is, learning from past mistakes, but it's also trying to find your higher calling. And which is the Page of Swords next. Let's see if we can fit them all here. And the last card that has come out is the Three of Pentacles. So when you see the Tower card, initially you think, something bad is going to happen. And that's not necessarily the case. You've gone through a lot, it looks like. And now you're trying to get back out into the world is what it feels like here. So it's time to, it looks like you're probably somebody who has a lot of energy, very curious mind, and possibly you have become a little bit stagnant, focusing on this tower moment that happened or this sadness, and you're trying to process it. But when you have battle fatigue, like the Nine of Wands here, sometimes it's just really hard to try to process all at once and to get motivated to get back out there into the world. But that's what this is, and this is really saying, is that it's time to find a way to find what it is inside of you, that curiosity again. You have a quick mind. You need to feed that mind, and you need to feed your mind with those things that make you really excited, instead of thinking about the past hurt and the past pain. And, it's a really hard thing to do, of course, when you've been hurt or you've been dealing with heartache, any kind of disaster that you might have been through. Could have been natural disaster, losing a family member, anything. And it's good to grieve, and it's good to process that the right way, maybe through therapy, reaching out to other people. Yet there's also this part of you that has to light that spark back up again that's inside of you and replace those old memories with new memories, make new memories. And so we see the Page of Swords here and the Three of Pentacles, which kind of shows you getting back out into a community setting. And if it could be starting a new class, it could be going to the gym, maybe, if that's something that you like to do, is be really physical, go with a hiking group. But find that passion inside of you, the things that you like to do, and then go and be a part of a community. And you can go back, you can go back into the world that to feel safe when you need to, but it's time to start taking a gradual step and getting back out there and meeting people and getting your brain running again, because you are a very curious person and you are a very energetic person and quite intelligent as well. So there's nothing you can't do. It's just finding the courage and finding, and whatever that spark might be to get you going again. So let's take a look. I'm going to shuffle the Woodland Wardens deck here, and to see if there's any other piece of advice or encouragement. And so we have the bear and cedar, which is leadership, and the weasel and pine, which is introspection. And if you're familiar with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, the bear and the cedar is number 4, and it's supposed to symbolize, from what the book says, the guidebook says, as the emperor, because the emperor card is number 4. And then you have the weasel and the pine, if you notice, is number 9. And we have on here, I believe the number 9 card is the hermit card, which is introspection. So we have 2 parallel cards here with the actual Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the guidebook just so that we could read a little bit about what the author has to say about these 2 cards in particular. So there's 2 aspects to the bear and cedar card. So the first one is, the spirit of the bear is guiding you to leadership opportunities and reminding you to rule with fairness and care. The second reading would be, you may be experiencing overwhelming challenges. Remember not to be hardened by this. Inflexibility will get you nowhere. Instead, channel the protective qualities of cedar. Reflect, heal, and prepare. And I can see here with the weasel and the pine that reflection aspect. So let's take a look at the weasel and the pine. So the 2 meanings for this card could be, the first one is, you are called to a time of solitude. Isolation allows for contemplation, which can lead to self-knowledge. The second reading is, you may be overcome by loneliness. Think of the weasel's joy in solitude. Practice caring for yourself when alone. Meditate on waxing needles of the pine tree. Ask yourself what protections you may need to remain green and healthy year-round. So what we see here is they are emphasizing the idea of introspection and isolation as a way of healing and becoming stronger, and taking that time to prepare yourself to go out into the world. So maybe this is the time for you to, as you're slowly re-entering out into the community again, figure out what it is that you need to do to make sure that you are protected and that you do feel safe. Because when you have a situation like the Tower and the 5 of Cups, and then the 9 of Wands after it, you've definitely have had your fair share of challenges, and it has probably hardened you a little bit, of course, as it should, because now you don't really trust probably anything. So during a time of reflection and introspection, you can decide what it is, the mistakes that might have been made, or the red flags that you didn't see, and take those things and prepare yourself so that when you do join the rest of the community again, that you're not so afraid, and that, you know, the power does really lie within yourself. When we see the bear and the cedar, or the emperor card, if we want to think of it that way, is that you sit on your own throne, and now that you have all of this experience and wisdom, you're able to make better decisions. And trusting, you have to trust that you are able to do that, because nobody gets through a Tower, a 5 of Cups, and a 9 of Wands by being somebody who isn't strong. That's what those moments are meant for. They're meant to make you strong. And with a leadership card, maybe, you know, with your quick mind, your intelligence, maybe it is something that you would really flourish in, is being ahead of a, you know, something in your community, anything. So that's what we see here. Is it's time to get your mind running again, and being inquisitive, and taking charge, and realizing that you have a lot of qualities within you that are excellent, and would be a great asset to the rest of the community and the rest of the world. And that, you know, while you are taking this time and slowly getting out there, instead of focusing on the things, the past mistakes and what went wrong, but focusing on, you know, what you could do better to prevent yourself from being affected by people that might not be so trustworthy, or things that might not be so stable. So that's what I see here for you today.